All right, we're joined by Jack Pomfret, Ollie Holden from the Tuesday Night Whites.
How are we? You okay?
It's a Preston-based band. We're going to talk to them about the business, basically. What they get on with.
Business.
What would you call it?
That makes it sound serious, that, doesn't it?
Just
I don't know, it's
It's
just
a music biz, industry-wise.
Is it what you just want to do? In fact, I'm not. I'll ask.
We'll start with the first question that we ask every guest at the start of the podcast. So imagine that we have a Brew Time Hall of Fame picture room, whatever.
We need to find a better way of explaining this.
Yeah. No, I don't. And I want you to submit an item that's significant value to you to this Hall of Fame. And after like 100 guests, we're going to make a pick collage of all the items. For instance, Ingram, the footballer, put his first pair of football boots in. Ben put a crepe in that he has, best crepe he's had on holiday. So
is that
significant? I know it means the world to me now. I'm not gonna lie.
So we'll start with you, Ollie.
Yeah, sweet. So my significant item would have to be, and it would have made my favourite item probably ever. I've got a poster that I bought from a gig that I went to with my dad when I was about 12 years old, and it was the first live gig I ever went to, and I'd probably say it was the gig that got me into like music and that. And I've got the framed poster with the ticket from the night still stuck to it, and it's a James Morrison one, and it's the song. It's the Songs for You, Truths for Me tour that I went to. It was the first gig I ever went to, and I've still got it framed next to my bed. So it's lasted a good 10-15 years already. So
where was it?
It was at Delamere Forest, which is I think in Chester or Cheshire.
Oh yeah.
It's quite a cool venue to go. I've been back a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's got to be mine.
Very nice. You'll have to send me a picture of that so I can.
I'll send it. Yeah.
I don't think I'll be able to Google that.
I was going to say, like you've had more time to prep and think of an item. I'm just trying to delay it to think of an item.
I'm going to have to put you on the spot here, Pom.
No, I was going to say a T&W bucket up for the merch. But no, I'd probably say my ring. So in my family, we've got a tradition that on your 21st you get like a ring for your pinky, and it's silver for your 21st. And then when you get married, obviously it's on your left, goes on your left hand. And then when you get married, obviously your ring finger's on your left hand. Then for sort of like is it like a marriage present or whatever you get given, like part of the family, you'll get a gold one that goes on your right pinky. So it's like silver for your 21st, and then when you get married, like obviously as your wedding present, that's it. Wedding present, you get one that goes on your right hand, so it obviously replaces that. You still keep that one, but it'll go on your right hand instead of your left hand when you get married.
Very
it's
nice.
gold instead of silver. So
Who created that?
What?
Who created that?
It's it's my dad's side of the family, so he's always like had rings and stuff like that. But he's got like a gold pinky ring on the right on his right hand, and it's I remember like sitting down with him ages ago, like years and years and years ago, and just asking like what his rings were, and he said it's quite neat. It's like a basket weave gold ring.
Oh no, nice.
And it's like on his right hand, and I was like, what's that? He was like, oh well, we'll explain to you when you're older. And then when it came around for my 21st, it was like 21st present. Like obviously we had to do down at St Anthony's, but yeah, the actual present was a ring, and then that's when he sort of like not sat me down, but explained to me sort of like the tradition that we have, which is like the Pomfret side of the family, so my dad's side of the family. So
Good answer.
Very nice, yeah, not bad.
It's better than a prep.
Ben's watching this.
Right, do you want to ask a question that you were so eager to ask?
Which one was it?
You were just about to say.
Yeah, so...
I think it was like what got you into it. Or how
Is
you start.
this what you want to do?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So, with the music, obviously you both have your own careers and that, working wise. Are you both wanting to commit fully at some point towards this band and where it goes, and to see where it goes, or are you just doing it as a hobby sort of thing?
I'll let you go.
That makes one sense.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that question is like, I think everyone asks you that, and not necessarily at first. I think when you first start out, they can see that it's just a bit of a laugh, and it probably follows that suit. Like when we first started doing, even when we first started talking about it probably was just a bit of a laugh and a bit of a fun. We used to go down to Crafties and play, just me and him, like. and all your mates will come down and just get levered. It'd be like a belting night every single time. And as soon as it starts to become like, okay, we're not just two anymore, we're a band now. And then it's like you're playing a slightly bigger gig, you're selling tickets to a gig, you've got merch coming out, things like that. All of a sudden it starts going like, hang on, this could be real, you know. So I think in answer to your question, I would say 100%, and I'm well fairly confident all the lads feel the same. Like I think as soon as you start seeing it become something that you can genuinely work hard towards and you know, like proper reach out for, I think 100%.
I think it's one of those, and we've said, haven't we, as sort of like a band and a group, that we're just going to carry on enjoying it. That's the main thing. So not treat it like we were saying before, is it a business? We don't want to look at it like a business, because as soon as you get serious and stuff, obviously you will take it serious in the future, but the main thing about it for us is just enjoying it, enjoying the process, the journey that you're going on, from the writing the songs to recording the songs, being in the studio, dicking about in rehearsal, to the gigs, seeing like all you lot come down. And I think for me, it's one of those, if I stop enjoying it, I'll stop.
Yeah, you don't need to become a chore.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's not work, is it? It's not, it'll never be a replacement job. It would still be hopefully just like something that we love doing.
I think we do joke about it sometimes, saying that it is like a second job, but that's just because how much time and stuff that we put into it.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Like you'll clock off at like your day job, and then like I'll go home and I'll either be doing like gig bookings, replying to emails, or I'll be sat in my bedroom with my headphones on trying to figure something out on the guitar and things like that, or like the other night doing Instagram stories or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it's not necessarily like you're doing the same process over and over, but it is sort of like the amount of time and stuff that you do put into it. It is dead enjoyable, but I do refer to it as my second job, but it's not really a job, is it?
Yeah, I think that's the point as well. I don't think we'd do that much if we weren't that bothered about it being growing.
No.
I think growing's a good way to put it. Not necessarily like a business side of it, but can you just continue to grow and grow and grow? And who knows where it might end up? We don't know. We don't have a clue. We didn't have a clue when we first started. It probably like it was a laugh at first, wasn't it? Now it's like,
well, that is one question I did want to ask.
Yeah.
How did it start? Who came to who? What is the story behind that?
Well, you can say this one.
So, Ollie doesn't remember this, but I was pestering Ollie for years to start something like this. So from my side of things, that we went to the same high school. Ollie was obviously a year above us, and we was doing like productions and stuff and the music side of things. So I knew that Ollie sang, but it was more like, what do you call it, like theatre stuff.
Yeah.
And then funnily enough, Bosie, the drummer, was actually the drummer in the production, but obviously he joined like later on. But I was in a band previous to it with a couple of mates, and not on the scale of what the gigs and stuff that we're doing now. So it was just like a bit of a laugh here and there, and that was back in college time. And then when we finished college and moved to uni, like all the lads were going to different unis and split up. So I knew that I was staying in Preston because I'm a home bird. Like I'm going to live here. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to stay here, but like some of the lads went to Liverpool, some of them went to Manchester, Newcastle, places like that. So from my perspective, I wanted to carry on music being a hobby and a passion. So I took to DJing. So I could do that because I could do it on my own. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't relying on other people to rehearse and stuff like that. Just when I got a bit bored or whatever, just jump on the deck, put my headphones on, like in during COVID, then live streams and stuff that I did. But then coming out, well, sort of like back end towards COVID, I knew that DJing and that type of music, don't get me wrong, it's great, but it's not my music. Like I've grown up on like the indie side of things, my dad being a massive influence. So I was like, I've always wanted to go back into that. So then it was like during COVID, weren't it, where we started?
I vividly remember it, but a slightly different start to the story.
Right, go on.
Because
You tell your side.
No, the only reason I say that is because you've told me that before, and I couldn't think of a reason why I'd say no. I really couldn't. I'm dead serious. Like genuinely, why would I ever say no to that? Because like I knew I always wanted to do it. I've been obsessed with music from forever, whether it be theatre or James Morrison or like singer-songwriter stuff. And then when my brother started taking me down to like Cortinas and things like that, I've just loved like indie live. I've been obsessed with it, and it's all I did. I didn't do anything. I wasn't like, I used to go out at North End, obviously home and away like for a few years, but sacked that off and just started going music, going to gigs all the time. So
had you been in a band before?
I've never been in a band. Never. We nearly played together once. Do you remember that? In high school.
Yeah. Do you remember the Year 8 band in high school? No.
It was at the Guildhall, wasn't it?
Charter
Theatre, and I got asked to play. It was what's the Arctic Monkeys tune? What is it? Do I want to know? Right, so I got asked to do that, so I was like, I'm going to be in a band. I was absolutely over the moon. I was like, finally, it's happening, yeah. And then
we got a singer forced upon us.
Yeah. So then, so that happened for that song, and he was like, "You still do the other one." I was like, "Ah, whatever." So I can sing this tune with you. So I was absolutely buzzing. So I remember being backstage, and I was so nervous. I was on my phone, like reading the words over and over. I was like sweating. I was like, "I'm not gonna remember this." Like I'm panicking. Just about to go on stage. I'm thinking, "All right, here we go for the first one." And he was like, "Yeah, we're not gonna have time to do the guitar."
No, cut us off.
So he cut us off. So I told all my mates and that would come to watch. I was like, I'm singing tonight. And I see him afterwards.
So it started with some other fella singing, and then Ollie was going to come on and do a tune. And when this other fella went off, we stayed on stage, and then he just kind of came on and said, "Yeah, that's it, time's up. That's a wrap." And then he walked off, and Ollie's stood there at this side of the stage. What's going on?
Dripping in sweat, like nerves as out.
But no, going back to it, like we like the college band that I was playing in, it was a 4-piece, but the singer was playing bass, and so the bass guitar. So there was me on rhythm guitar, there was Iden on lead guitar, there was drummer, and then the singer was also playing bass. But we agreed sort of like at the time that we sort of wanted to have someone else singing, and then the rest of us can support like with backing vocals. Yeah. So at that point in time, obviously going high school, seeing him do sort of like theatre stuff, and then having that experience at Charter Theatre, I kept messaging him and asking him, and he was like, I can't remember your responses, but you just weren't having it. And I remember I asked you like 3 or 4 different times, and you just weren't having it whatsoever. So I was like, right, Sam, I don't want to be it. So, but then we sort of. It was during COVID, weren't it? Where us two got going and
like, the proper COVID, where you couldn't do anything else. And you dropped me a text, and you literally said something like, "I'm bored. I've picked my guitar up. Do you fancy learning a tune?" It was literally as simple as that. And I think I was that bored myself. I just was like, "Yep, let's do it." And then it literally that's how it started, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was your first gig together?
Crafties, right? Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
8th of October 2000.
Was it Oktoberfest? Was it?
Yeah, it was Oktoberfest. And then we did Boxing Day afterwards.
I was going to say, we played Crafties. Crafties was like our first 3 gigs, weren't they?
What were your nerves like? How were you like before that?
Horrendous. Yeah.
I was alright.
Honestly, if you want to laugh, go and watch on our Instagram the videos of the first gigs we did at Crafties. I have never seen, I won't speak about you, but I've never seen a stiffer man. I'm like rocking from side to side, and I remember thinking like, obviously it was absolutely incredible at the time, but I remember thinking like, it's rammed in here, it's rammed.
It was packed.
Yeah, and then you look back at the video and you're like, what are you doing there, lad? Like, can you loosen up a little bit? You know what I mean?
Do you still get those nerves now, or do you just find that you can process it?
Yeah, I think I actually remember the most. I think out of everything we've done so far, the most nervous I ever was the Black Bull the first time round. We've done that twice, and I remember the first time round. I think it must have been a Saturday. Was it a Saturday?
I think it was a bank holiday. Was it?
It must have been a bank holiday. Yeah, so it was some sort of bank holiday. Anyway, I had the full day off, and obviously it was only at night. It was like 7-8 o'clock at night. We were actually going down. And I remember like loads of people were at my house, and they were all in the garden, they were all drinking, and I didn't want to drink too much. So I'm doing like I'm in my house like, people are talking, stop. And then I ended up doing like laps to the Premier and back. Was like, anyone need anything from shop? I was like, all right, I'm going. Got there, I forgot something went back. So I was just doing laps down part on the drive, like trying to find something to do. Because I was so nervous about it. So I don't get like that anymore, like nowhere near. But obviously, I think you do get a bit of like butterflies and stuff like standard. But obviously, that's good. So like, it shows that it means something.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was the 23rd of April, Saturday.
Yeah.
2022.
It was boiling as well. It was absolutely red hot. I remember because everyone were in garden just drinking, and I was like, I really want to join.
I think from that and that gig especially, that was the first time we sort of kept it a secret, the full band thing, didn't we? So previous to that, we'd just done acoustics, so just me and Ollie, and it was at Crafties, and I think we did one at Talk of Taps as well, didn't we?
Yes,
We did just before it. So
yeah.
that was just acoustic, me and Ollie, and like it was just covers. Do you know what I mean? Just playing other people's songs, and we hadn't really got into the thick of like writing tunes properly.
We only had one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which was one that we wrote in lockdown.
Acoustic one.
An acoustic song, yeah. That was obviously Glowing Sun. But
what is the process you go through writing your own cover song?
Because is that different now? Is that how it used to be when it was just your YouTube?
Yeah. I think you learn you learn a lot on the way, and it was just like for me myself, I'm obviously dead into my guitar and stuff like that, but like reading, as far as reading music and stuff like that goes, like I just play what sounds good. Do you know what I mean? So I think the whole process started was like what I was saying before. I was like, I'm bored. Do you fancy wrote this? I had a free version of this music software that I downloaded that it's crap, like it's awful. And looking back on it now, it's terrible. But so I was just like doing like loops and stuff like that. So like it can come in different forms. So I could sit down and get a chord progression on my guitar. I could get like a riff or a melody or some idea like that. Or listening to other people's music, and like sort of how we sort of do it now is a lot different to how we started, because I was just playing what sounded good. But now I sort of like listen to other people's songs, and if I like a song, I dive into why I like it. So say if like there's a particular song that's like upbeat in the chorus, or it has a certain like hook, like lyric hook. Hook's like basically something that's like catchy in the song, basically. So
cheers, mate, I actually didn't know
that. So I sort of like, I go from song to song. If I like a song, I'll note down what I like about it, and then when I'm coming to write something, I'll have a look down sort of like the list that like, right, I like this because of this, like, and I'll try and piece it together like a jigsaw. So then like one of our songs might have like 3 or 4 of those items in, kind of thing. So I think we do like a lot of instrumental stuff first, and then you're just like a magician with the lyrics.
Yeah, how do the lyrics come about?
I genuinely, it's a great question, and I'm still trying to work it out myself. I genuinely, no, honestly, I am, because like I think some stuff will like you'll get, and it'll like you'll just know it. You'll get like that. I think one of the most recent ones we've written, the Unnamed song. We even got a name for that time, or
there's like 4 different names we don't like.
we can't think of a name. So I'm great. Yeah, I've written the lyrics. I can't think of a name for it, but whatever.
The way I imagine you writing lyrics is you're in like a black office, like a lamp on, giving a bit of mood lighting, and you just sit there in silence, just writing out lyrics, sentences.
Have you got a camera in my room? That's it. Yeah, we've had this conversation before. Like, I know some people can sort of write in like a room and they'll like hear the instruments live and everything. I could be more opposite to that. I've got to sort of be. I think it sounds a bit weird, but it's a bit like a vulnerability thing. I think you never know how sort of personal or deep the lyrics might get. So I think at least if I'm on my own in a room and I think that sounds banging, I listen back to it, I go, actually maybe not. That's a bit like a bit deep for me, that. But at least I know that I'm sat there and I've tried it. Do you know what I mean? And anyway, this Unnamed song that we've got. I hate calling it that. We'll get there eventually. That was one of those that literally he sent it over, listened to it a few times, the instrumental, listened to it, and I was like, right, okay. And then couldn't really think of anything. One day he sat down, and I was just like, bang. And I've literally wrote it in about 10 minutes, the whole like verse, chord, everything. Because I just felt it. And because I could hear the melody and I knew what I wanted to say. And I was in my room, and I just got it straight away. Whereas there is songs that you'll write maybe 2 or 3 lines, try and get a bit more. I'll send it to him, and he goes, right, I like that. Let's try and work it apart. Yeah, you try and work around the best bits, don't we? So like 23. Yeah, you get another one of the new ones. Like we maybe had too much of like lyrics to it. Like stripped it back, re-added the bits that we needed, and then all of a sudden you've got like a complete song.
With that being the case, so I take it you write the acoustics, like you said. Did you say that you write the lyrics?
No. So I can do what he does, whatsoever.
So you write the music,
Yeah.
and then you do the actual.
Yeah, it's sort of like a weird way of working because a lot of other people, you've got to find your own way of working basically.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do what he does, and he plays a guitar upside down, left-handed. So it's sort of a thing that's like I might find something that I like, sort of like a progression on the guitar, and like it and loop it, this, that, and other, and send it over to Ollie. But it'll be like one of those things where, like, say, for example, recently I've sent you like 5 different clips where I've got like an intro, 2 verses, 2 choruses. I'll send it over to Al and I'll go like, right, yeah, I like these 2. I'll work on these 2. Let's keep these 3 for later down the line when we're looking to put more songs out basically and come back to them. So we work like very different from other bands, but that's just what works for us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With the rest of yous, how do they have any say in it, or do they just leave that to you and then they just add when?
No. Nave's like he's a wizard. So Nave can play literally every instrument.
Drummer.
No,
lead guitar. Yeah.
One with mustache and beard.
I've never met someone like Nave.
Weird.
He'll pick. You hand him an instrument from any country in the world, he'll pick it up and play.
Yeah. Like he says that he can play, like, like the harp, like that big string thing.
Yeah.
He can play that. He's played saxophone at a couple of our acoustic gigs recently. He plays drums. He plays keyboard. He plays like classical piano. Plays guitar. Everything. So when I say like I'm not sort of like musical at all.
Yeah.
Nave is just complete music. So it's good because we've got a good dynamic because people are good individual things, and as a collective, we all sort of bring pieces to the jigsaw kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if we've got like an instrumental thing that's sort of we're working on, and you're putting words down and lyrics to, and like we can't quite find something or tweak something, we'll then bring it to like a rehearsal, play the idea either like live or on the phone of what we've got, and say if something's not working, like Nath might suggest changing the key, so changing the key of the song to suit Ollie's vocal range more, or like it was like, right, well, let's do half time here, or let's change the bridge of this section to build the energy and this, that, and the other. So Nave's sort of like, I'd probably say we do the foundations, don't we?
Yeah.
And then Nave will like fine tune it basically.
But we've been in like the position so many times where like we've not say like we tried everything that we can think of in the sense of like we don't know, like when it, so say we've got a tune, not a full tune, but maybe like half a tune, and like the instrumentals or the lyrics or the melody, whatever, it's just not quite fixing together. And we've tried everything. We've tried changing the instrumentals, tried changing the vocals, whatever. We'll try things, and then you'll bring it like Pom said. You'll bring it to a rehearsal. You'll bring it to Nate, and he just has this ability to hear.
Honestly,
because he's one of those people as well that if you do you know like what's that? I can't remember that guy's called, Charlie something or other. Anyway, he's one of those guys. You know, if you like tapped a glass and he can tell you what note it was.
Oh yeah.
Nate's one of them as well.
Yeah.
So he can listen to us doing it, and he can go, oh, the reason it's not right is because you're following this, and that note here is down here when it should be up here.
Yeah.
So then we go like we change like one note, and it's like,
oh shit,
it's class.
We're thinking we have to rewrite the whole thing.
So yeah, he's been a people for us.
Weirdly enough, the first full band song that we ever wrote, like going back to the acoustic days, was like we sort of both knew that we wanted to be in a band, and we both wanted to sort of progress it to like a 5-piece, 6-piece, whatever. And so we started working on like full band stuff after we wrote Going Some the acoustic, and it was like we both loved the idea of the band. We're into sort of like indie music band, like let's just give it a go. It was COVID, we had nothing else to do, so it was we had a couple, didn't we, that was like, looking back on it now, they're horrendous. They're awful. I've still got them on my hard drive now, but yeah. So we wrote a couple that was like, right, yeah, we're like just really like teaching ourselves the process, because before this, like I'd never wrote a song, like Ollie never wrote a song. Do you know what I mean? It was completely new to us. We didn't know we could write it.
A good song anyway.
No, we didn't know how it would sort of end up. And the first full band song that we wrote was Near Manchester. Everybody like loves, and everybody's like, when you release Near Manchester and stuff.
It's weird. It is weird because it was the first one that we wrote, and then I think we might have. I think Changes was another one that we'd written like a really bad version of.
Yeah, but then we completely
and then we
rewrote
completely stripped it and rewrote it. And that's a tune now, isn't it? But yeah, Near Manchester was a weird one because I think if you spoke to not tooting our own horn, but if you spoke to most people, they'd say that's probably our best.
Yeah, class.
And
Yeah.
in terms of like lyrically, and especially from being from Preston, it means a lot to us, doesn't it?
how that came about was
yeah.
we were trying to do a full no, I won't go into it. But like we were trying to do a full band song, and like weirdly enough, like it was during COVID where you had nothing else to do. So my brother had seen me in spare bedroom with my headphones on and sort of like writing a couple of things here and there, and I was showing it to him saying, is this good? Like, do you like it? Kind of thing. So, and it was just basically what you just asked, like, how do you write a song?
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I don't really know, but I'll show you what I do. So I sat him down in the spare room and I was like, right, so first you might get a chord like this and you might progress it like this, that and the other. And I was like, oh, like, I think I've got something. So then I was like, just like, give me 10 minutes, put my headphones on. No, stay on the bed behind me while I'm doing it. Shut up.
Fingers on lips, like.
So then I got like the chord progression down, and I got the riff down, and I was like, I fucking love this, right? So anyway, so then we like exported it, and I sent it to Ollie. I was like, listen, like, I love this tune. So I was like, sort of try and put some lyrics to it. I don't know how it's going to pan out or work out, kind of thing. But just see what you come up with, and then we tried to bat ideas back and forth.
You can give a detail, it's fine.
So
I've probably got recordings of how it first started out, to be fair.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
So anyway, so we the idea that we agreed on, let's put it that way, agreed on, was that we wanted to write a song about where we were from, obviously being from Preston.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to say the word Preston, right? So we started like brainstorming ideas that what sort of like connected to Preston. So we had like chat, obviously everyone calls people chat, like mate and stuff like that. So no, it's like silly little things like that. Do you know what I mean? So and then like we had all these ideas and like noted down. Nothing was just sort of like clicking. And I went on a holiday and
Yeah,
like,
classic what you're saying holiday.
yeah. Literally got asked where I was from. I was like, oh, Preston. And I was like, where's that? And I was like, well, near Manchester. And I was like, oh God. I literally just messaged Ollie. I just said, write a song including near Manchester. Right?
Yeah.
And then I think my recollection of it is I came off footy training, off footy pitch, and I was in work's truck, and you'd sent me through an audio file, played it, and said, what do you reckon of this? Played it. I was like, that's it.
Yeah. No, it was like we'd written. Well, I'd written like what's the written about 9 sets of lyrics that song, right? And I sent them all over to Pommy going, try again. I'm like,
How do you approach that? Actually, that's a good point. Like, are you brutally honest, or
Go on.
brutally honest?
Yeah.
Do you find it better to be brutally honest?
Yes, I think this is the thing. Like when we first started out, I used to hate it. I used to hate sending stuff over to him, which you don't mind me saying, do you?
No.
I used to hate sending stuff over to him because I knew I'd get like, because I in my head, like, I'm not going to send it over if I don't think it's good enough or right. But I suppose it's going back to the fact that we've never done it before. I've never written a tune before.
No.
I don't know what sounds good. I think stuff sounds alright, but you've got quite a like proactive brain. You think about like what it might sound like when it is a full band, when it's played live and all that. So I think Pom's way of saying like, oh, maybe change a couple of bits is saying no. Yeah. So we used to.
No, we had a bicker.
We used to have a few.
Yeah.
bickers,
Well,
but,
that was one of our questions that we got asked. Do you ever fall out?
We are literally like brothers. Like we are.
Yeah.
Like we've grown up with each other. Like we've known each other all our lives, haven't we? Our families are close, everything. So we're like, we are like brothers, and it's a case of that I won't say we fall out. We have disagreements.
Yeah, I
But
think when you spend.
oh, here we go.
all I was going to say is, I think if you spend as much time with anyone, like, don't get me wrong, I love my pals and that. I couldn't spend every day with them.
No.
We was at the point where we was together every single night.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're like practicing songs and whatnot, and like there'd be points where I couldn't hit the key, and it'd be like, oh, getting on people's like, you know what I mean? So I think if you spend that much time together, you're likely to have a few bickers. And then also, I think you wouldn't necessarily work with your mates. In the sense that, like, do you know what I mean? Like, work something different. So when there was points where it was like every night and it was becoming a bit like another job, like what you were saying before, there probably was points where I was thinking like, God, this is scary. I don't know what I'm doing here. But
well, the thing is, like, when we do have those like discussions, I'm different label on it every time. But when we do like have like disagreements and stuff, we know that it's like never ever personal ever. So we know that like we're not getting on, we're not going to agree about this idea. Let's just have some breathing space and then we'll come back to it, kind of thing. So we do handle it well. But to say that we don't have disagreements, I think it, like you said, I think it's natural to.
It'd be weird not to though. I think when you're so passionate about something, and when you're so passionate and you've got so many ideas in your own head about where it's going to be, and it probably did take us a while to learn how to sort of work together. I'd say
100%.
But I'd say now we're not like perfect. No one's perfect. I don't want to be perfect because that'd be boring. But
we know how each other operate.
we know how each other operate, and like we had a disagreement. What were we on? We had a disagreement a few weeks ago, didn't we? And all of a sudden, the next day it was like, it's not actually that deep, is it? But like, I think that's the thing. I think when you're so passionate about something, we both want it, and we've both put like so many hours and hours.
Everything,
So
we just love it though, don't we?
Yeah,
we love it.
Absolutely. It is class. Genuine. I thought about this recently. I was like, what did I used to do before this?
Yeah, literally.
What did I used to do? I must have been well boring.
How many times a week do you work on it? Work together? Do you have set dates you work all together, and do you work like separately as well?
It's hard with people's schedules, to be fair. At the end of the day, we're 5 lads. Trying to get 5 lads in a room at the same time is never going to be the easiest job, is it? Like, but we like I said, I think we're all committed enough to know that, like, so we'd say like a Sunday, for example, that's our rehearsal day. We'll have Sunday, it's always a rehearsal day. If we can't make a Sunday, then we'll have to try and rearrange it, whatever. And if it's sort of building up to a gig or a busy period, we're all happy to chuck in like a Monday, Wednesday, whatever. We'll do what needs to be done, basically. Like, I think we're at a point now where it's a little bit more comfortable. I think because we've been playing together for so long. It's not so long, but long enough. Like when we first started out, you're all 5 individuals who have never played either in a band before or together in a band before. You might be on like I don't know, like Nathan. You might have been on a different instrument in his last band. So learning how each other works and then becoming tight as a unit, as a group. That's certainly, it definitely helps us, doesn't it?
We've like set lists and stuff. Like, we used to plan gigs like well over like a month, maybe 2 months in advance, what songs we're going to play, just so then we can get sort of like tight and rehearsed, and we knew. But now we're at a stage where, like, the gig that we just done down at Certain Finney Pub in Penwitham, like we decided to do a cover of Dakota by Stereophonics, and we decided that literally the week before. It was like, we want to do like a new kind of cover, something that's sort of like sing-alongy for the like first half of the set, but not like overpowering. So we was like, right, let's try Dakota. So that was on I think like the Sunday or something. Whenever we'd met, we was like, right, we'll go away, have a look at it. Then we like got together the next day, the next night, and like people sort of like picked up the parts, and we literally had it together within 4 times of playing it through. So to come from like rehearsing the same set for like 2 months to doing that the week before, it's just credit to how much like all the lads invest in the actual music side of it, and how passionate we all are.
100%. Like they love it as much as us. You can tell. Like, and I think that's like the dynamic that we've got now as well. Like, it's just like none of us like. There's no egos or anything like that, is it? We all just rip each other. It's a proper no, I love it. I do love
Front
it.
man ego.
Yeah.
So, when are you releasing new music? Are you releasing any in this year? Or
These are from the
these
Instagram story questions that we have written down here.
Yeah.
So
People are getting keen, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely good.
It's good. We're in the studio again this month. We've already got 2 that we've got ready recorded. We're in the studio recording another 4 this month. So our aim for this year is to get minimum 4 songs out on all platforms minimum. So coming from, obviously we released Renegade first single back in October. So that's obviously the first release. So to go from just the one on Spotify, I think we need to start building our catalogue, and we know that, don't we? Like on like Spotify and stuff. So when you are doing like these gigs where you're going and supporting other bands and stuff, like the first thing that people do is go on Spotify and listen to you. So for us to just have the one song on there at the moment, we know as much as anyone that we need to get more music out there, but we don't want to put something out there that we're not all in agreement that's
it's got to be right.
The best that it sort of could be. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, we're aiming for a minimum of 4 this year, and we've got 2 ready to go. But the thing is, it's like with releases, what we didn't realise is how much work away from the music goes into it. So, for example, like the artwork. So you've got the artwork, you've got like the teaser videos. Like, first of all, you get 5 lads and someone to sort of like help you out on the day. Tom, we'll name drop him, Tom. Available to go into a studio. Then you've got to get studios availability. So we've got to organise that side of things, and then you've got to do like different versions of the song, what you like about it, what you want to change about it, and you get different drafts of the song. So just to get the song finalised is one thing, but like all the sort of work behind the scenes, like doing press photos of the week.
Yeah, the prep that we put into getting the Renegade ready was again it goes back to the fact that we've never done it before. So you don't know, and it's easy to say like, oh, we've got these tunes, they're ready, let's just put them out. It doesn't really work like that. We know. I'll tell you what, I'm struggling today. We know that, like, it's. I think after this first time of doing it, we sort of know, okay, this is the sort of like time period that we need. So let's sort of push to work ahead of that, so that when we are ready to put the tunes out, we've got everything ready to go.
It's even like putting it out to like different sort of like radio stations and distributors and things like that, and plugging it in different channels and things. Do you know what I mean? It's like a lot of the stuff that you normally have like a like 6 to 8 week rule that's like an unofficial rule that you upload it to like a distributor. So you don't upload it like straight to Spotify. Probably you guys know with this podcast, but you don't upload it straight to Spotify. It goes on a distributor first, and then that distributor puts it out on all the platforms. So like we'll have that song on the distributor whilst we're sort of like doing the artwork, doing the teaser release videos, and then
it's class what you do for the teaser videos now. Class.
You like it? Yeah.
But it's just all the work that sort of people don't see. Do you know what I mean? Behind the scenes.
I think even sort of scheduling it all and mapping it all out, and we jump on phone calls. If we can't get in a rehearsal room, we'll jump on a phone call and literally like map out, this post needs to go out on this date, and then obviously you don't want to smash the songs, and you need other posts to put in between. So we need to decide what's going where, what time is it going on, who's putting it on. So it's a lot of work, but that feeling when we were on that phone call.
Go on, tell the story.
Yeah. So we obviously we jumped on a phone call on the midnight of the first song coming out, the Renegade. And
with each other.
So yeah, we're on like a group FaceTime, all the band, and we were all sat there, and we were all like, "Oh god, everyone's getting excited now, getting dead giddy." Try that one again.
He's the lead singer.
I'm getting giddy just thinking about it. That's what happened. So then we got to that, and it got to midnight, and everyone was like, "Right, got Spotify, right, got on Spotify." It's not there. It's not there, like, so thinking, oh my god. So that's what's going on. Everyone was like, right, it's midnight. Oh. So then it got to like 1 minute past, thinking, oh my god, got to 2 minutes past.
I'm panicking, so I was the one that uploaded it. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
And then, literally, I think it was me. I think I just clicked it at the right time, and it was there, and everyone just went, yes! Like, it's actually gone on. It's what I feel.
Yeah. When you upload your first one to Spotify, I did the same thing. I uploaded it, and then I think they check your thing first.
Yeah.
Make sure you.
Yeah, they analyse it and stuff, don't they?
But then after that, it goes up pretty quick.
Yeah. So no, what it was, we were all sat there, like a couple of us had T&W bucket hats on FaceTime, but it's like it's weird to think that sort of like what we've been sort of doing in a sort of rehearsal studio, like for so long is like out there for people to hear,
all the different versions, all the different mixes, all the different masters, and like everything, all this build up to all the social media, and then finally it's there, like physical. And now it's like, oh god, we need a few more out there.
No, so the answer to that, we're aiming to get four out this year, and hopefully we'll have news very soon.
Will that be the full album?
No. So we're doing individual releases, and then we're working towards an EP, which is basically like a short version of an album kind of thing.
Yeah,
so,
it's like a third of an album, maybe.
Okay.
But we're trying to plan what song goes out when, aren't we? So for sort of trying to be smart about it. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, hopefully soon.
I like it.
My favourite question that someone asked is so everyone, well, me, I don't know about everyone actually.
I speak when I say.
Did you ask it?
Has,
His own question.
when they're getting down busy, having a shag, you do it to music.
What the fuck are you on about?
Do you know what?
It's not just me, it's showing up.
It's your voice.
What?
It's your voice. If you're
No, I'm not saying I do it to your music.
Oh, right. I thought that's what you were saying.
No, I'm building up.
Is that what George is here? Ollie's voice.
No, but first of all, I'm not the only one, am I? No? Yeah? Am I?
No, of course not. Yeah, like
You don't just do it silently, do you?
I got completely sidetracked there.
You don't put music on.
Other than that,
You don't have a playlist?
I don't care. I'm in the middle of business. It's rare. I'll say to Meg, give me 1 second. Let me just put some connect the speaker. I'll put some fucking.
No, put some more effort in, lad.
mate,
No.
this is where Alexas were made.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a
Do
good
you?
Yeah.
Right. So, do you have a sex song? The one you make sex to most often was the
You
question.
definitely asked.
I actually didn't
Who
know.
else asked this question?
Jack
find out.
Jepson.
Oh, Jebs.
Jack Jepson has asked a few, to be fair, and I'm pretty sure I've only been able to write down one of them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say.
He asked that, and he also asked
Mine's
that.
Is it Jepson? Of course it's Jepson.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say I have a particular song. It's just a playlist and background music. Like you said, you're there to do a business.
Yeah.
You're there to, do you know what I mean?
Think it.
Yeah, that's what I'm overthinking it.
I'm gonna air a thought, but I don't know if I should. Doja Cat gets me money.
What? Is that serious talk?
Her voice is sexy though. Right, so there's a song and I can't remember for the life of me what it is. I won't. But her voice, right? Is fucking
Voice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking right. Well, what else you do? How would you answer that?
I actually don't have a playlist, but Georgia does.
Oh,
That's
what's your favourite? What's your favourite? Yeah,
that's a
Well, I didn't ask the question. I did ask the question, but I'm the voice of the people.
Mine is the Renegade by choosing the myself.
Like fucking American Psycho.
That's horrendous.
It's not.
We'll go to one a bit more PG then, shall we?
So what is your? No. Let's answer the question.
We're interviewing them. We're interviewing them.
Yeah, no, but
We don't want to know about me in this.
I do. They do.
You can interview me in the next one.
How do we come back from that now?
Is it Jack Beavan? Do you know Jack Beavan?
Yeah. No, Jack. Yeah.
Who's your biggest fan?
Of course, yeah.
Of course he's asked that. Oh, yeah.
I think he asked 3 or something.
Yeah, yes, 3.
Yeah.
Beavan.
I do.
Yeah, love him. What a man.
He definitely was until he decided to start leaving the country every 5 minutes.
He's never in the country.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
Yeah, you know Olivia Beavan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her cousin. Jack Beavan.
So
Yeah, he's in my year.
I probably know to look at him.
Yeah. No, you will. You definitely recognise. He went to our high school.
Yeah.
You're a boy.
Great man.
He loves his music. Like he's into the same type of music that we are, and that's again how we sort of like met each other was through gigs. So like meeting Beavan was through away days in North End, but also going to gigs and stuff. And you sort of get like the same faces going to the same gigs with the same. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how we sort of like we met Beavan. And then when we was on about doing like songs and doing gigs and stuff like that. And Beavan were there at Crafty's, Crafty's, front table, stood there with his phone and a beer in a hand, loving it.
First like on every single one of them. It's not even Jack. Fiona Beavan.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fiona Beavan. She loves that Instagram. Class.
She's the number 1 fan then.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Fiona Beavan.
Yeah. I'm not Beavan.
Jack also asked, actually, he also asked that was his question. Was, do you ever fall out as well? That was his question. Who's your biggest fan?
Well, tension here.
And also, where do you see yourselves in 5 years?
5 years.
Where do we see ourselves, or where do we hope to be? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's
Both can be the same answer.
yeah? For me personally,
We'll go a bit. That's quite far away. 2 years. Go 2 years.
Not 5 years, mate.
yeah,
5
Do you know
years.
what I mean?
I don't even know I'm going to be 5 years.
I don't
You
want
don't even know where you are now.
I was like, 5 years ain't that long, is it? In grand scheme of things, it's
Yeah,
not that
I
long.
think it is.
I'll be 30.
Yeah, I'll be nine.
Oh, that's-
I was 19 5 years ago. No, I wasn't. How old am I? 23 minus 5.
You're 23.
Yeah, I'm 23. Yeah, 23.
I'm 23.
Yeah, born in
Yeah,
I'm an
23.
August baby.
We're all 23.
Oh, you're August.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
an
right.
August baby.
I'm
yeah.
a 23. No, I am 23.
Are you sure?
You just lose track as soon as you
Yeah,
go 21
yeah.
and then go north of 21. You just lose track about. Anyway.
Especially because we were born in 2000. So
Yeah.
I instantly think it's 2024, so I'm 24.
Yeah,
But
precisely.
I'm not 24.
Yeah.
yet.
No,
I don't
but
think. No,
I think 5 years out. I personally don't want to put like a thing on it. I just want to keep enjoying it and just see where the journey goes and takes us. It's not sort of like a cop out to the question, but as soon as you start setting expectations, if you
Yeah.
don't achieve them expectations, you're sort of like left a bit gutted. And we're doing this because we love it, we enjoy it, and it's a good crack with all the lads in it. So
Yeah.
I don't want to sort of ruin what we've got by putting labels on it.
I don't think.
I'll say. We had a conversation in the car the other week, and we were talking about sort of like the future, like the near future. We'll say not 5 years, the near future in terms of where we want to be, and we were talking about things like that, like okay, how many songs we want to get out and things like that, and you talk about it as if like shit, we need to do it now. Like we need to get it done. We've only got this year to do it, and you're constantly sort of like you're chasing yourself, and you stop and you think, hang on, like my biggest goal when I started this was to have one song on Spotify. That was it. That's all I wanted to do. Just wanted one song out officially that would always be there on Spotify. Yeah. And now that's out. You don't think about it because you appreciate it, but you think like, okay, what's next? So I think you're always sort of chasing. So not necessarily like 5 years away, but you're going to have your sort of slightly near targets. You're going to have a little bit further targets that you want to reach. Maybe it's the year, maybe it is 2 years, who knows? But like, it's not necessarily got a time scale on it either, has it? No. Like I know what I'd love to be doing. You'd love to get into like the festival scene. You'd absolutely love to. Of course you would. You'd love to be supporting like bigger bands. You know what I mean? You'd absolutely love to do that. So going on, doing a tour, getting out of the Northwest into the UK a bit more. Like you'd love to do that, but that's not unachievable things. It's just stuff you need to work towards. Yeah. But it's interesting to think that like when you do get there, are you even going to know you're there? Because what's next then? Next. Okay,
there's always something next.
We're supporting on this tour. Why are we not headlining this tour? Let's try and get headlining this tour. Okay, we've got 10 songs out. Right, do we need to get an album out? Why have we not got 2 albums out? So I think like you're not necessarily 5 years away, 2 years away, but you're always chasing your next
you always want
thing,
more,
which is class. Yeah, because it means you're always working. It means you're never going to stop working for it, which is what we do.
Yeah, it gives you that urgency.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's why you're all like you said before. How all of you said that you're all willing to do what needs to be done.
Yeah, definitely.
And then without that, you won't get there.
Yeah.
So
we're all invested in each other.
I think because we're all mates, though, you won't want to let anyone down, would you? Yeah. And that's the thing. It's not like one person's like, oh, I'm not arse, I don't like him anyway. Like we are literally all like best mates.
Like we'll go to gigs like together just as a group.
Oh yeah.
Away from the band, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's
nice. Yeah.
We are we're just pals, aren't we? We're all.
Sometimes
we've got two idiots. The rest of us are all no. Honestly, we're all sound. So I think no one would cop out, would they? No one would do it half-assed, which is class, because you can't ask for much more in a friend or someone that you're working with in a band. So yeah.
Nice. I'll ask one more question, then we'll have a break, top up drinks, whatever.
Yeah, cool.
Where did the name come from?
Is that for me to answer?
I think that's for you to answer.
Right. Okay. So obviously it's got a connection with North End. That's where it came from. So when we sort of started off back in the very, 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 very early days, it was it's sort of like a saying. So we go to like North End away games on a Tuesday night, and I'd normally be the driver. And then we just have a car full of mates that we were going to the away days, like just like some of the memories and stuff that you were creating, like they're all obviously having a beer in the car on the way down, like so, and someone need to like say if we're going to a common one that we do, there's like West Brom away on a Tuesday night, something like that, and like we go around and pick everyone up, right? And then like not this is like it's like a few of us from the band, but then a few of our like other mates as well, so it was like a mixture. And you go and pick everyone up, and like it's just silly things like before you even get on the motorway to get out of Preston, you need to do a stop for a whiz, like because everyone's having a drink, and it's like it's like flipping at Tuesday night lights are back out here again. Do you know what I mean? Not as in like it was like a saying. Do you know what I mean? Like if something like funny happened, it was a saying. If something like bad happened, it was a saying. And I think it was just like sort of one of them things that like sort of stuck between us. And then there's other people that sort of like when we was trying to think of a name, we wanted a name that meant something to us, not just like a stereotypical name and sort of like a common name. Do you know what I mean? And I think you really don't like bands with the in it. Like if someone's got the Tuesday Night Wise, you don't like it.
But I'm quite big on that.
It does make a good chant as well, to be fair.
Tuesday Night, no, it's class. But then CD goes and gets a tattoo of TNW so it's like name stuck now, isn't it? But there's the story.
You should have changed it the day after.
Yeah, I know. He got the tattoo right, and he got the tattoo off this student tattoo artist, like this trainee artist, right? So he got this tattoo, right? And none of us knew that he was getting like CD's full of tattoos, so he was getting one of his tattoos on his arms. And he like sort of like finished early, and so because you like pay, I don't know how tattoos work, never had one, but you pay for like their time or something, like hours or something like that. So they had time left over, so she said, like, do you want anything else doing? So then CD just on the spot just thought of that. So anyway, she did it. It was like, oh yeah, class. Anyway, then he got home and sent it into the group chat. It was like,
no. He was posing in the mirror. And he sent a photo of it in the mirror facing backwards.
And he went, you know what's happening? He went, she's done it backwards. Because she was a student, like a trainee tattoo artist. He's like, oh my god, how has she done it backwards? So he was coming down to rehearsals, right? By the way, the tattoo's not backwards. We knew it weren't backwards, but because it's there on his arm, right? So if he can't see it, right? So all he can see is either if he takes a photo like that, which it flips it anyway, or in the mirror. So he thinks it's like backwards. So we're having him on at rehearsal and stuff like, I can't believe she's done that. It's like having him on for weeks about this having this tattoo.
At what point he found out that it wasn't actually like so just if you take a photo in the mirror, obviously it's going to be flipped.
That's amazing.
But honestly, when he said that photo in that video, he was proper panicking. It was hilarious.
It's just like lads, he's backwards.
But yeah, so it was just like a saying within like the group, and like we've had Jake from House of Wolves that helped us out on the bass a few times before he joined, and Kellick, who's now up in Scotland, he was on lead guitar for a while and stuff. So personnel sort of like has like changed a bit, not a lot. Like we've had like me, you and Boatsy have like stayed the whole time, haven't we? But as soon as CD and Nate joined, like they've stayed. Thank God. But yeah, it was just like a saying with like a group of mates, and it was sort of something that
I always remember that the North End Twitter account would always tweet it with like a photo of like Tom Finney or something like that, or like a flag, and it would be just three words, just Tuesday Night Whites, and it was always something that like stuck in your head. And I always loved the branding of TNW as well. I always loved having that as like this sort of brand face of TNW. So on the bucket hats and that sort of got TNW. There's a few logos that we've got drawn up for TNW, but then obviously Tuesday Night Whites is what it.
When is that out, by the way? The merch stuff, is it already out?
We've got bucket hats out, and like that's Daz Pom's job. So if anyone wants a bucket hat,
shout out.
Get down to Daz Pom. Daz Pom's your man.
Pick him out at a gig.
No, we've got like t-shirts like designed up and the design ready to go. So again, that's that's something sort of like on the list to do in the very near future. Yeah.
Class. Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a quick break.
Cool.
Okay, I'll start from now.
I'll be back.
You don't do the clap, no.
Practice some editing there.
You can edit this one. Right, so just during the break, we were having a little discussion on beer, alcohol, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's have a little debate then, boys.
What?
Top 3 beers? Should we say beers?
Yeah.
Alcoholic beverages?
Yeah.
Ginger beer.
Well, you said you knew like.
I
top three.
don't even think you need a top 3 for me personally. I think you need a top 1, and it's Guinness. That's all.
I do fully
I
back that up.
I think once you start drinking Guinness, there's no turning back. No turning back.
What about Guinness is so good?
I have no idea.
Could drink
I think-
there's nothing
You
about
just sub it
it.
in.
Guinness.
To me, it goes down smoothly.
Yeah. It's not like bloating. Like
Yeah, it's not,
people say they can't drink Guinness for
Yeah,
too long
yeah.
because it makes them like, it feels full.
Yeah, people say it's like a meal.
I don't know who these people are.
It feels like semi-skim milk, maybe even lighter than that.
Yeah.
Sure, that's not a bad way to explain that.
you get the taste for it.
It's honestly like watered down milk, I'd say.
Yeah.
Just smooth,
But it's
down,
so nice. Honestly.
nice, chilled, cool temperature.
I think you have to get into it though.
Not warm.
Oh, yeah.
You have to get into it. Like,
Yeah.
I've never been a big Guinness drinker till I went to Belfast this year. And, last year. And now I love it.
You were never even a lager drinker.
Well, I didn't used to be. I started off on cider, but lagers now. I love like my German beers. I love them.
What are you putting as top 1?
See, I've got like a top 3 that's tied. I like Lowenbrow, I like Erdinger, and then I also recently discovered Superbock.
The fuck is that?
Superbock. Yeah.
It's belting. Like,
A
I don't think it's German though.
A lager.
but-
Not a bad beer.
Yeah, in fact, no, it's not German, but Superbock, unbelievable. Oh, it's so nice. They have it in
it's a great
they have it in Hotwoods. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah, and just go in and get yourself a pint of Superbock. It will honestly game changer.
What are you going as your other
See, yeah, so I'm quite stubborn on the Guinness, but I'm also one of them Guinness drinkers who stands by the fact that you have to have Guinness in the right pub.
Yeah.
So if you go into a pub and you're not sure whether the Guinness is going to be a good Guinness,
Black Bull is horrendous.
Yeah,
Black Bull,
I didn't want to name drop the Black Bull, but,
unfortunately.
Crafty's belting. There you go.
Yeah,
Phil.
Crafty is such a good Guinness. I'm probably quite standard. Me, I like a beer Moretti. I think Cruz Campo seems to be taking the scene by storm at the minute.
Are you any IPA drinkers?
No,
I do like an IPA.
I love a Brewdog IPA.
Yeah.
Hazy Jane.
Hazy Jane, that's what my brother drinks that. Yeah, he likes
Pretty
it.
fire.
Do you know what? I think you start getting into IPAs as well. Have you ever been to a beer festival?
Yeah.
So when you go to a beer festival, you don't drink pints. You drink halves.
Yeah,
which in any
By token.
By token.
yeah, by token. So in any other aspect of life, you go into a bar and ask for a half, you're probably going to get kicked out. if not by the bar, then by your mates, you know what I mean?
Even thirds.
Oh god! I remember being in the bar in the Black Bull actually on New Year's Eve, and my mate Jakesy, and he ordered a half pint of Peroni on New Year's Eve, and even the girls were absolutely mental. Like, it was like, what have you just done there? Like, hang your head in shame.
and a plastic cup as well. Oh no, that's Christmas Eve, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, no, it was New Year's
It
Eve.
ruins your beer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, completely.
It's shocking.
Oh,
mate.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Criminal behaviour.
Big time.
That's why I can't drink on North End. Because like it's just plastic cups in it. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Is that in your head or is that an actual?
No,
It's
that's
an
the
actual
taste.
thing, actual thing.
Yeah.
It's like there's even a different taste from cans to
Yeah.
glass bottles
Yeah.
to a glass.
Yes, yeah, I'm not a big fan of cans. Cans of ale. I'd always go for a bottle if
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Always go for a bottle.
Yeah, or a glass bottle.
Yeah.
Prim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had this rant to Chris, but Chris won't really understand it. So I'm a you boys.
I do.
So I went to Belgium, famous for the beer.
Yeah.
It's where Stella's
Yeah.
invented. They don't know how to pull a pint for some reason. No.
What do you mean?
Was there loads of head on it?
Yeah, loads of head.
It's a European thing.
Yeah, but you go to the famous bars in Belgium, in Brussels. I'm like, oh yeah, fucking be a good pint. I don't really like Stella, so I was
Yeah.
like, fucking, but I am going to get one, got to try it. And we did like the trays of like 9 different ones as well.
Yeah.
I like Stella. So I worked in a pub and I know how to pull a pint. So you put it in a dry glass. You don't want a wet glass.
Yeah.
So-
Them little jet spray things.
Yeah. So I'm watching in this famous bar in Brussels. They hand wash it all in the same tub by hand. They wash it, and then they dunk it straight in water into a clean, sterile water, so it's piss wet, and then pull the pint straight away.
Oh no!
I can't believe it. Three in a row. I watched it. I was like, no, and they're not complaining.
Oh,
And then you get like
Right.
It's not.
Well, how would you know?
because
Those are the guys who created Still. Who are you?
yeah,
Tom works in a pub.
Yeah.
He don't have a pub.
you shouldn't have,
expensive.
you shouldn't have a 2-3 inch head.
Some pub near Manchester.
And then they also they also slam it down, so they finish it and it might be decent, and then they go, there you are, and then it fizzes it up. I go, well, there's fucking no need for
I
that.
found that when I went to Budapest, and there's loads of ruin bars in Budapest, dead famous and unbelievable. There's one called Saint-Lacour, and it was me and George Colclough, me and GC. We were out on a night out. Carter had gone back because he's soft, and we were in this Saint-Lacour, and we were getting pints of beer. And you probably don't even notice at first, and you look at it after a bit, and you're going, "Hang on, it's like half head and half pint here." So we went to the bar to complain, and we looked behind the bar, and there's a sign saying, "Don't complain about the beer. It's called foam. It's the best bit." So apparently that's how they drink it over there, and they call it foam rather than head. And apparently that's meant to be the best bit of the pint.
Oh.
But we were just absolutely flabbered because you get half a pint.
Yeah.
For each pint.
Rip off.
Which I didn't order half a pint for anyone jumped back to before. But
What
wasn't happy.
about cocktails? Chris drinks mocktails.
Fair enough.
You probably don't even know the name of a single
I
mocktail.
never do.
Or-
I remember after I won my title fight, I went to
flex
Baker
up.
Street. Yeah. I went to Baker Street and then I asked the woman, I said, "Can you just make me a random mocktail? I'm not interested in which one. I'll try any." I was feeling adventurous and she made me one with ginger beer. And me being the idiot that I was, she said, "Yeah, it's got ginger beer in it." And I went, "Whoa a minute. I'm not allowed beer." And I was like, I said to mocktail, didn't I? She went, "Yeah." I went, "I'm not allowed beer." And she went, "It's not got alcohol in it." And I was like, "Oh." And it was really nice. So there's that one. And I tried a porn star
Martini.
Martin, thank you.
Yeah.
Save yourself.
With a mocktail one version. Everything. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I like a Mai Tai.
Mai Tai, yeah.
Turtle Bay Mai Tai.
I don't really do cocktails.
No, I don't prefer. A bit too sweet for me.
Oh, don't fucking mate. You didn't. Oh no.
I'm saying, yeah. I've got stupid down to your level.
Instantly,
I was stupid down to your level. I was letting you get involved.
Oh no, I actually don't really like it. Bollocks. Bollocks. You enjoy the devil going cocktail.
Well, to be fair, we do. When you go in two for one, you might as well with misses.
See? Fucking do it.
No, I can't even do like shorts. Like, you know, when like lads go out, like our group, like we start on like pints, like we'll have like 3 or 4, and then like, for example, I'm going to name drop in Cornwell, right? Because Cornwell, yeah, me and Cornwell have got a bit of a thing, but like he goes on to like, I think it's like rum and coke and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do that.
He does all sorts, to be fair. He'll have,
Yeah.
what is he on at the moment? Bacardi lemonade, shit like that?
No, it's
tequila lemonade, yeah.
tequila lime and lemonade.
Yeah.
No, mate,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, black sambuca and lemonade. Great beverage.
Is that even a drink?
Yeah. I used to get it in Liverpool.
I do like black sambuca. I love
Yeah.
What's your favourite shot?
Just Jägermeister. Don't even need
Yeah,
Red Bull. Just
I
Jägermeister.
like that a lot.
I love licorice.
What's
I
yours?
like that a lot.
What's yours?
I'd probably just for the nostalgia purposes go for a Jaeger bomb because I used to be known in as Mr. Jaeger bomb. Yeah.
I thought you were
Do you know that guy who goes to a bar for a pint and comes back with a tray of Jaeger bombs?
yeah.
That was me and you.
The most hated guy.
Yeah. No one wants to see it.
You think you're doing everyone a favour?
Everyone's like, yes, I'm like, oh, fucking, I'm not even again.
I thought you were going to say Fireball.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
You're renowned for fireballs.
That's happened time move on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a shot of Ray Nephew?
Never
or
even
just
heard
Ray
of it.
Nephew?
Never even heard
Ray
of it.
Nephew.
Ray Nephew.
No, no.
It's I think it's an African drink anyway. It's like 70%. Ingram bought it back. I have a bottle in there. I have literally been in the back garden here and put a light, and you can spit fire with it. Yeah, it's
Class.
good point. Good point. You do it there. But,
That's 10 minutes after you drank
Yeah.
it. So
that is horrendous. But they don't have it as shots. Like normally they put it a bit into a cocktail,
Yeah.
but they have it Ray Nephew and Coke, and no, honestly, 70%. Not fucking nice.
No.
Is that like that absinthe?
Yeah, but it's meant to like be an actual drink that you can
Have
drink.
you done absinthe? Have you tried?
Yeah.
I've had absinthe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we used to have house boys at Curtis's house, he used to have just like it looked like a plastic water bottle, of absinthe. So people would be like throwing up, being sick. Then they'd offer you a bottle of water, and it'd just be that. You take a swig of that, thinking it's water. Oh, it just makes 10 times worse. Yeah, horrendous.
Heavy stuff.
What would you say is the messiest night out you've had? How fucked up do you get during your gigs?
That's a good question.
We
We've got a rule.
Did you put a limit on it?
no. We didn't always. Have
Yeah, I'm guessing the rule came from a certain night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
One gig.
I think it was probably nerves at first.
Yeah.
So you think because you're so nervous, you need to have a few scoops to settle yourself. And the first time, was it the first or second time? No, it must have been the first time we played at the Black Bull. So the first time, we spoke about this before, but the first time we played at the Black Bull, we started off as an acoustic and then we introduced a band as like a big thing.
As a surprise. No one knew who was playing as a band.
I couldn't tell you a single thing that happened between the acoustics and like the next day.
Lovely.
I was absolutely.
See, I could because I didn't. The thing on the other hand.
I think the thing is like because we were just starting out and all like your mates are there and it's all like you know what I mean. So then every time you finish a pint, your mate comes over with another pint. And then my mum come over with another pint, and you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, I'm absolutely hammered here, but you're just knocking them back because you're like, I mean, you're so involved, you're so like in the moment.
No, we got a 2 beer rule now. So we'll have
Just 2 beers?
No, 2 beers before you go on,
Nice.
and then you can take your third on. Then when you're on, then it's like relentless. Whoever wants to buy your pint, basically, you can have it. But yeah, like 2 beer rule before we go on now.
I would still feel that you get pissed like that though.
I won't say piss. No.
I think
2 beer.
No, because you're saying obviously have as many as they want when they're in.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but like obviously we're on stage like playing tunes and stuff. And, like between tunes is not a lot of time, so you literally just have like a swig and then you carry on. So
Yeah.
we used to have a lot more than we do now, but like you said, that was because we were fairly new to it, so it was a nerves thing. Now we still do get nervous, but like we sort of done it before and like dealt with the nerves before.
Yeah, I think if you're there to sort of like, I mean, like don't get me wrong, you're so like engrossed in the night anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's mad being up there with the lights and just people like there in front of you. It's absolutely mental. So you know, no matter what happens, the night out afterwards is going to be enough to sort of take you over, isn't it? So we always go out afterwards, don't we?
Hotwoods.
Yeah.
Killing off there. Hard gigs and
No
going
matter
afterwards.
what time it finishes, it's like we're Hotwoods. We're in Manchester, Hotwoods.
Dude, well, last Friday, it was my mum's last day at that pub.
Oh yeah.
She had my last shift as well, was that Sunday. So I did the CrossFit Open on Friday, finished it about 6 or something, then went down there to meet some of the lads. No, that weren't good. She just wanted everything gone. She put everything £2.
Oh, mate.
Doubles are £3.
Oh, mate.
And again, like some of the trays of shots, Harrison brought a tray of shots, and Reese bought a tray of shots, and Pondy bought a tray of shots.
Class.
My mum just said, just have a tray of shots. I only had one of the shots, so I had to dodge a lot of them. But then even in town, for some reason, Reese was just buying them off the shop girl that comes round. I was just buying her trays off her. You're not doing us a
They're
favour.
dangerous, them, you know. They're dangerous.
Horrendous.
They give you that look, don't they? And they make you feel like sort of bad for buying one. You're like, go on then, I'll have one.
Yeah,
and then back 5 minutes later, I'm like, whoa.
And it was in Beluga, so God knows what he spent on that.
That's very
But the night ended up. Well, actually, I left my keys. I drove to the pub, so I left my keys at the pub, walked to town.
Yeah.
And then I got an Uber to town. 4 a.m. coming back though, realised I don't have my keys. And this has happened before where I've had to chuck stones at the window. Georgia did not wake up.
No.
So then I had to walk to my dad's because my phone had died and no money for a taxi.
Oh my god.
Pain in the ass. So I'm chucking shit out the window again. I'm like, fuck's sake again. She's not answering her phone. She finally let me in. Not very happy. But I was in a bad mood. So you'll see one of my...
You was in a bad mood.
Yeah. It was freezing. Oh, yeah. I did apologise the next time. But you'll see there's a pair of boots out there that wore out that have no laces on them now because I grabbed my laces and ripped them off my boot.
Why?
I don't know. Seemed like a good idea to get my shoelaces off at the time by pulling them. And my belt was half upstairs in half as well.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great night.
Yeah, that is possibly. It's actually not my messiest night, but that's up there. Just last Friday. But we normally only go out. So the CrossFit opens 3 weeks in a row. So on the last 3 Fridays in a row. So next Friday will be the last one.
Yeah.
Then everyone in the gym will go out into town.
Oh, that's class.
But they normally go to like Cuckoo and that.
Yeah.
Don't do really good beer in Cuckoo and that. So.
No, it's
Good music,
isn't it?
good music though, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah,
I've only been one. I've
mean-
been like 4 for me anyway. Like,
I think for our age group and me, it's not. I don't know. What
He's only a year above you.
You're only a year above us.
yeah.
Damn.
It's like indie music, isn't it? In there, it's
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
It's They don't do beers by.
I've only been once. It was after my birthday. After a gig actually, we headline bootleg.
Oh yeah, then we met in Angels, didn't we?
We met in
to
and
Cuckoo.
went to Cuckoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I thought it
show?
was alright. To be fair.
No, I think it is. It's a bit of a weird vibe, but it's like almost like you're in the red light
I think-
district.
yeah.
Red and-
Yeah.
Never been in.
The red light district.
No, into Cuckoo.
No to both. I don't even know where Cuckoo is.
Where would you say is your favourite place to go in town?
Nah, I'm not the guy to ask.
Well, I'm asking you.
I don't know how you do it, me not drinking.
Yeah, it's hard enough going drinking. Never mind not
Yeah.
drinking.
When I was really young and I first started going to town, I loved Switch, but now
Oh,
it's just now.
But I understand that though, because when I was like younger,
Really?
Yeah.
like we had Max. Did you ever go to Max Shoe?
No.
Weird.
What is it now?
It used to be like
20
like
different
ballers.
things, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right at the start.
Right at the start.
Yeah, so
uh,
Max, for like my age group, we were so lucky to get it because Max was like renowned as like the
Class,
club in
yeah.
Preston. Unbelievable. And it was. Whereas even if it was still open now, I couldn't go now and enjoy it because you're like 17, 18.
Yeah.
It's like the best place.
It's like they have a
on the world, you know what I mean?
ball pit in.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you having a ball pit?
That's a weird gaff. That.
Yeah.
And they remixed once a George Ezra song into Not 19 Forever, and I walked out. I genuinely walked out. I thought that's.
It was on Dex Pump.
Yeah.
That's why I think no, half one's my
Well,
half
what's your you go-to place in town then? Apart from Hotwoods.
Oh, you just ruined that. I tell you what's class.
What?
Just all over town. I have to remember the name.
Right.
Next to review. Pub.
Stanley.
Stanley Arms. What a gaff that
Isn't
is.
it shut down now?
No, it's still going.
I swear there's something about it being shut down.
Sure it's.
Maybe I should now.
What's so good about that pub?
It's just full of.
It's a laugh.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
just a laugh.
It's full of strange.
Always karaoke on.
It's just full of like proper characters.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
you know, like if you was in like a club and you might find it a bit weird because you are in a pub technically, and it's like there is like
Your local weirdos.
yeah. You have such a laugh when you're in there, and it's always open dead late as well. Like so, I would never. I can't do clubs now. Like
No,
genuinely, I couldn't think of anything worse. Not for any reason other than the music. I've become a proper like indie snob now. Like I just stick to indie tunes. I didn't mind a bit of house and techno and that back in the day, but I can't listen to it now.
No,
Genuinely can't.
I'm same. I'm like pubs, so I'll say like Northern Way, starting Northern
Oh,
Way.
don't make a shout.
Yeah, work your way up.
Have you been in the Nico bar?
Yeah.
Nico.
Ben was there. Ben Rogers.
Yeah. That is up there for
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
That
it's
is
good.
up there. Even better.
I've
Not
not
better
been in
than
there.
Yeah,
You told
Nick.
someone.
That was my age.
They don't have
He knows
Guinness.
the owner. I was
Really?
like, yeah.
Yeah, there he goes all CrossFit, Nico.
Oh man. Well, the owner.
Yeah, Nico is the owner.
Yeah.
He's a Serbian.
I thought you meant what's my age.
Do you know-
That's what I thought, yeah.
Do you know what his actual
No wonder he's flying at the minute.
qualification job title is?
The what?
Do you know, like, so he's a wine connoisseur, but the actual title in the Serbian wine business is he's a smellier. That is a genuine thing when they do that with a glass.
Yeah.
He's a smellier.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can smell wine, tell you what it is.
Really?
Yeah. He's a smellier.
That's what I think I am when I have a glass of wine.
With a Serbian accent, it sounds a lot better than smellier.
A 6 pound bottle of wine. That's
But the guy is fucking beautiful. I don't know if you've seen him. He's like a 6'4" Greek god. The guy.
Man crush.
Gotta be honest. They don't have Guinness though. But if you want to get into IPA shit like that, go there for your IPAs.
Yeah.
And they have a bar downstairs and a bar upstairs as well. Both like different type of beers. Quality.
See, that's why I like Hotwoods though. You go in Hotwoods, right? There's live music. There's loads of TV screens for alt sport, alt boxing's on, alt football's on, and you go to the bar and you've just got a line of loads of different lagers from different places.
And the Hotwoods' own IPA is pretty decent.
Yeah, and you can just go in and have a different beer. You can have a night out in Hotwoods and have a different beer every drink.
I'll throw it out there though.
What?
Not a great Guinness.
Yeah, no,
not a great
it's
Guinness.
a rushed Guinness.
It's not a great Guinness.
Yeah.
It's not a bad Guinness.
Yeah.
It's not a great Guinness.
Yeah, they could make it good if they chill out, but it's a busy bar. So
I don't think I get Asahi in
that's
Hotwoods.
another
I
great
quite like an Asahi.
Yeah.
They sell it on there. They sell it in the Etihad. I went to the Etihad when North End were away once.
Yeah.
And they had these like pint pours. You put like 9 cups in.
Oh, yeah,
and you just pours them all at once. It's unreal.
What, from from the bottom up?
Yeah.
No. It actually doesn't fill it from the bottom up. The lights that they put on make it look like that. They actually,
Really?
Yeah.
It pushes it up and then spits it out and then comes up with it.
Yeah, I thought it does fill it up from the bottom, but it actually doesn't because we got one at the White Bull for like a show thing or something.
Right.
And a guy was there and I was like, mate, how? There's no hole in the bottom of my drink. How does it fill it up? And he goes, it's just the lights.
Really?
And it's just the lights that make it look like it is filling up from the bottom up.
Wow.
Have you seen them or not?
I didn't know.
I don't even know what you mean.
It's like the word conversation.
It looks like it normally is like a plastic cup thing. You put a plastic cup in and it looks like your drink just fills up from the bottom up.
Yeah.
And it just looks mad, but it's just the lights that they use that make it look like that. Because like you can put lights onto a stream of water and it like it's going backwards. I don't know if you've seen that as well.
Yeah.
Like strobe lighting.
Yeah.
So that's what it is, light tricks.
I've got a question for you two anyway.
Whoa.
So fair. The question is: would you prefer to go to the past and relive your best memory, or would you prefer to design your own memory in the future and live it?
I'd go to the past because I know I'll do whatever I want in the future if I set my mind to it.
Yeah.
So I'm not bothered about that.
Class.
That's a great answer.
That's a great mindset as well.
I can do it.
It's a
Yeah.
great mindset that I'd be the complete opposite of.
Yeah, I think
I've got the lazy approach of, I'll just design my own future. Yeah, sound.
I think I am going to go to the future, and the only thing I wanted to imagine is just sat opposite Joe Rogan.
Class. No, I bought that. That's class.
I don't mind what the scenario is. We could be fighting. Could be like, just sat across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nailed you in this street.
Just be across from him. Yeah.
Yeah, class.
Oh, class.
Love that.
So, what would you go back to into the past then?
Yeah.
Oh mate, I'm gonna have to be gay, mate. Cause I'll say a memory with Meg that I was fucking.
Go on, say it.
So me and Meg went on holiday. There was 2 occasions, and I could genuinely say with confidence that those 2 holidays, the time that we had together, I would use the phrase leveled up
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
And there was one where we went camping in Wales, and it was fucking freezing, but it was so cold. It was the first time I actually told her that I loved her.
Oh.
But I told her we're in the tent, right? And near the bottom of
Sex music playing.
Yeah. What's on?
But yeah, so I just told her I loved her in the tent, right? We fucking got down to business, it was brilliant. And I was fucking freezing, okay? So we were trying to figure out afterwards what's the best way to fucking... do we share the same sleeping bag? Do we just put them as blankets? Whatever. Anyway, I was getting my boxers on and I lifted my leg up and I farted, right? And I thrown it out, mate. There was no way I could hide it. And then we hadn't done that before at that point. She looked at me and she fucking burst out laughing. I started laughing because what else are you gonna do at that point? And it was just funny. But the whole like 3 days that we were there were fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And it was just like
All in a tent.
yeah, all in a tent. Yeah.
Class.
And we were just camping. We shagged at the top of the hill, at some random hill that I couldn't tell you where, in the middle of a quarry. It's fucking class. I don't know if she'd want me to say that now.
I kind of rate how the story started out like dead romantic. Our first holiday, it was in Wales, we had this tent, we were cold, we didn't know what to do, so fine.
It was good though, because then we used, at that point we were reading a series of books called Vespasian, which is about like the Roman emperor and his rise to power. And as we were cooking, we were reading that together. It was just full of brilliant memories. And then on the second one, if not that one, it'd be when we went to Rome.
Yeah.
She bought a trip for me to Rome for my birthday.
Class.
And mate, and all of those 2 times, there is not a single point in any of them, that time frame, that I would change any of it in any way.
Unreal.
It was just completely sublime. It was so perfect
Yeah.
that I even said that to her, and she agreed that like
Yeah.
there was just nothing that I'd change in it at all.
Class.
And so it would be one of them too.
Yeah. No, that's unreal.
Oh, what a lovely story.
Yeah, but I've got like pictures in that, and that I've got printed out in like wallets, and then fucking brilliant. Yeah, I just loved it.
Class.
So that would be the 2, and then the stuff that I would create in the future.
No, you only get one.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying, but the image that I would aim for. In fact, I don't even want to say that. So I'm just gonna leave that for myself.
You never walk out into the
It's just Joe Rogan telling me that he likes me more than Tom. I don't like that bold difference.
He will cry.
He's got too much of a thumb.
Yeah, I don't. As long as they get to be, it can be on bad terms or good terms.
Class.
Well, when I see my mate like that, I'll tell him like, "Can you meet? I know he feels sorry for you. You just get to meet him."
Yeah, whatever. You're in the past anyway, buddy. Fire it back at you.
Oh God.
This will have to be the last question.
Yeah, that's cool. Have you got one?
For that question,
What would you? Because obviously you said that you wanted to go to the future. So what would your ideal scenario be?
yeah, I think without a doubt it'd be this band becoming unbelievably successful, keeping out of the mainstream. That's something that I don't like when artists do, when like they go from starting out as like an indie band into like the proper
Yeah, but you got
radio
to picture
band.
something in your head. Tell us what you're picturing in your head of the moment in time you want to go to.
Okay, headline.
Tell us all, but give us a
Headline, Kendall Calling.
Yeah, I knew you would be.
Headline,
Okay.
Kendall Calling.
That's your festival, that, isn't it?
My festival on the Sunday headline. Been there all weekend. Just
Class.
finish it off with a Sunday headline, but
Class.
it's not just any band. It's us.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the moment.
And then a Guinness.
And then and then yeah, Guinness or 2, 3.
No,
Yeah, some night after.
No, I think mine would be if I can't decide whether it would be a past or future. I know it's my question, so I should have come prepared with an answer. But going back to the past, I think when I was like growing up in high school, I used to go to my granddad's and working on cars and stuff like that. So like the memories and the weekends and stuff spending there, just unreal. So yeah, just growing
I
up.
met your granddad this week actually.
Oh no, it's my other one.
Oh,
my
right.
other one, yeah. So that granddad is the one that goes to TT and Isle of Man and stuff,
Oh, right.
and then yeah, the other granddad up in Clifton, going like working on cars and stuff at a weekend. But in the future, I think my ultimate goal, I know right now it's not possible because of health and safety, this, that, and the other, but yeah, mine would be to just do a gig at Deepdale. Like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that is for
In
me.
Deepdale Stadium.
Yeah, for me.
How the hell could you even do that? That'd be so big, surely.
I know, but it's like bands that do like Wembley and like Etihad's a common one and this, that, and the other.
Fender did St James's, didn't
Yeah, we both went Fender in Newcastle, Sam Fender, St James's
they? I
Park.
think even for fans, it felt more
Yeah.
than a gig.
Yeah,
Like I put that in my top 3 gigs of all time, because not just because of the gig, but how much you could just tell, like in Newcastle Stadium, and that is
He's a Newcastle fan. He's grown up in Newcastle.
Yeah, it was just insane.
It meant so much to him. It meant so much to the people there, and I'm agreeing with you. Up there with Nebworth as well, LG and Nebworth.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I think my dream and my life would be complete if we managed to do a gig at Deep Walk.
That is a good one, to be fair.
Unreal, absolutely unreal. So yeah. No, that's class.
Well, we'll call it an end there.
Yeah.
Nice one.
No, thanks for having us. I don't.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't. Honestly, I am. I don't do but so.
I can't believe he just cabbage.
No, thanks for having us on, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
appreciate it.
Nice one.
Cheers again next week.